Coming up on this week's show, we talk about what we think is going to happen with Doctor Who Series 13, how this year's New Year special is going to play out, are the Daleks and DAVROS coming back, and so much more cool fun stuff, so stay tuned.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Cerberus.
I hope the ears are a bit less conspicuous this time.
You might be a doctor, but I am.
I'm a doctor, but probably not the one you expected. Absolutely fantastic.
All of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will. Where do you want to start?
Hello everybody and welcome back to Bigger on the Inside.
Hooray, we're back, here we go, let's go. Non-stop Doctor Who news.
Oh, I thought you were
coming
say,
in your ears
don't
all the
stop,
time.
Don't stop, never stop.
Wouldn't say that no more.
No, we over that. Well, we need to take ourselves a bit more seriously now.
Merry Christmas, Harry. It's the 1st of December today, the day this podcast comes out.
It's Christmas, we can sing Christmas songs and not get arrested.
I went to a barber's today and I had a haircut.
Yeah?
And they were playing Christmas songs in the barber's.
Oh, no.
Very much against that.
Yeah.
And I sat down and the guy went, you have a haircut like Boris Johnson. And I went, no, I don't. He went, you look like Boris Johnson. And I went, thank you. Actually, no, I didn't. I went, well, to be completely honest, he went, you look like Boris Johnson. And I went, fuck you.
I mean, I remember there was one time when I did a scene with a guy and we were playing politicians and the guy filming it said to the guy who was playing opposite, you know, in the best way, you could play a young Boris Johnson. And, like, the guy was trying to receive that compliment, you know, graciously.
Yeah.
But it was kind of obvious. He was like, I don't really want to.
You look like a fat, balding man. He's got this with terrible hair.
Hey, young Boris Johnson.
Sorry. Yeah, do you want your Christmas present?
Yeah, oh my God, it's the Christmas present, yeah.
Because you're not here next week.
No, I'm not.
Or the week after.
No, I have work.
So, I got you a Christmas present.
Oh, something's rustling. It's,
from Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
What did you get me from Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Tim? It feels ceramic. Is it a big mug?
You could club a man with it.
It's a giant... You got me a giant Wallace and Gromit mug. Oh, wow.
Christmas time.
I need to get you something.
And wine.
God.
Children.
That's insanely large, Tim.
It's massive, isn't it?
I'm never going to drink from this.
Oh, well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. I don't know what to say.
Harrison picked that up when he went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I said, look if they've got any grommet mugs. And he sent me a picture, and they didn't, but they had that big fucker. So I got you that instead.
You know, they have a gold grommet mug now.
I know. Well,
yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Shall I take a picture of you in the big mug?
Yeah.
2 big mugs. Say cheese.
Cheese.
That's the best joke I've ever made on the podcast. Oh, good stuff. It's not only you getting gifts, Harry. Should we give some gifts to the listeners? That's right. We got another... Well, okay. Something arrived, Harry.
Yes.
Another present.
What was that?
But it's not for you.
It's not from you?
Do you remember a few weeks ago when I said I bought a joke?
Yes.
It arrived.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Well, I thought that was the joke.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll tell you when to open your eyes.
Okay.
Keep them closed.
All right.
Keep them closed.
Okay, they're closed.
You may open your eyes. It's me, passenger.
You got a passenger mask?
This is the prop that they use on the show that they then built the actual passenger mask around.
Oh, for reals?
Yeah.
Okay, what?
This cost me £25.
When you interview him, are you gonna wear the mask?
That's right. Johnny, who plays Passenger, is coming on the show. He will be here. I'm hoping to get that out the Tuesday after the episode comes out, after the final Flux episode comes out.
Tim, why are you still wearing the mask? No one can see it.
And I've been speaking to Johnny, and we're talking about the possibility of sending this to Johnny, and he's going to sign it and we can give it away to one of the listeners.
Oh, that would actually be really, really cool.
Yeah, like a proper passenger mask. I doubt the BBC are going to sell any passenger masks. But to get one, because they don't, that wasn't a dig at passenger, that was because they don't really do merchandise. You know, like the voice changing helmets?
Yeah, I remember the voice changing Cyberman, yeah.
So I imagine that if you're lucky enough to win this, if we can pull it off, I'm not promising anything, that'd be a cool gift.
That'd be a very cool gift.
For Doctor Who collectors.
Yeah.
A passenger mask signed by passenger.
Wow.
Cool.
Is Johnny just going to write the word passenger on it?
I imagine he'll sign it as his actual name, not as a... It's cool though, isn't it?
It is cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there. You've caught me in my local public library. I was just catching up on some of the mail and feedback we've been getting from some of our listeners. Let me read this one to you. Love this podcast, and you both would honestly love to do something like this and get to discuss the show. New subscriber. And that comes from the fall of the 11th. We always love getting your mail, so keep sending it across in the comments, Twitter, and on Instagram, or even on our email. Should we do some Doctor Who stuff?
Yeah, but first of all, 800 subscribers.
800 plus.
800 plus. Woo!
828, I think.
When did we pass 700? Was that only a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah.
Wow. We is doing numbers.
Because last week, the goal was 760.
Yeah, because we always set our goals low, way, way lower than they have to be.
825 subscribers.
Wow. That's great.
Which is great. Thank you very much. That's like 60 subscribers?
Something like that, yeah.
No, 40.
Yeah.
45 subscribers. More than we thought. So that's cool. We were like thinking of what we're going to do for 1,000 subscribers. We have a cool idea I won't tell you about.
Do we think we'll hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year?
My goal is to hit it by the end of the year, Harry.
I think that's very doable with the way we're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outwards.
And upwards.
Yeah, like a square.
And diagonally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a rhombus.
Ooh,
so 800 subscribers. We're currently at 825. I'm not going to predict what we're going to do. I want to rest it this week and see what happens. I want to see how close to 900 we can get.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we can get to the 850, that would be good.
Yeah.
Extra 25 subscribers.
In other news, we are award nominated.
Oh yeah, we were. Yeah, thanks everybody who voted for us to be nominated in the Whovian Choice Awards. Well done.
Yes, we've been nominated in 2 categories.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, bigger on the inside, the podcast itself for best podcast.
Yeah.
And ourselves, Tim and Harry, for best hosts.
Big respect.
We are award nominated, Tim.
Yeah, there was no picture of us though. Did you notice?
When I went to vote, there weren't any pictures.
No, on the video that they uploaded.
Oh, is there a video?
It has our logo, but then there's no picture of us. So I sent the guy a morphed picture of both our faces. So I hope that appears. If we win, that'd be great. I don't think we will win the best hosts, and I don't think we will win best podcast. But I think there's a good chance. There's a better chance of us winning best podcast than there is best host.
But anyhow, I think anyone that's voting for us will be voting for both those categories. And
Yes.
really, I don't know who our competition are for the hosts.
I don't know.
I was kind of tunnel vision find our
It's
names.
whoever. Without sounding spiteful, we don't listen to other Doctor Who podcasts.
No, I mean, I guess,
And that's deliberate because I don't want to
overload myself with Doctor Who
and also
stuff.
I don't want to compare and think
Yeah.
someone's is better or whatever.
Well, every now and then I catch a bit of content, like say Mr. TARDIS, but his
Yeah.
content's so different from what we do. That
Yeah.
it's not really a thing where we draw comparison.
So I think whoever hosts Who Knew, they're up there. I think it's called Josh.
Yeah.
Some other people as well.
Yeah, but anyway, if you can vote for us, that'd be pretty cool.
1st of December, the votes close.
First.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not much time.
I think it's the 1st.
You told me it was 10th.
What's it say on there?
December 10th.
Oh, it's December 10th.
So yeah, December 10th. That's a lot of time, but vote like it's December 1st.
Yes,
unless it's passed.
That's...
So past December 1st, so just vote for us until the 10th.
Yeah, keep going.
Keep going.
Cool beans, let's go.
Okay, so we had another new episode of Doctor Who Flux this week, Survivors of the Flux,
Oh,
Chapter
I missed it.
5.
Only joking. I watched it twice.
You were teasing me! Like the guy.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, so what were your thoughts on Survivors of the Flux?
I enjoyed it. Good fun episode. Lots of fun. Lots of good fan servicey stuff. but not too much.
Yeah, I was surprised that I was expecting the Doctor to be out of commission for this whole episode, but really, she was just turned into an angel for transport.
I was slightly disappointed. That was the only bit at the start. I was like, "Oh, what a cop out!" I felt like it was like the Cybermen thing from series 2.
Yeah.
I felt it was a bit like that, but they very quickly make an interesting plot around it.
Yeah, and all the stuff in Division is really cool.
Yep. The one thing I didn't understand is why Yaz, Dan, and Jericho.
Yes.
Why they were traveling to all these different. Why couldn't they just pick a place?
Well, because they were trying to find answers.
And when they were being hunted as well, I think, were they? Maybe?
Were they? I don't think they were.
Oh, no, sorry, they weren't being. No, my apologies, no.
But they were trying to find, because Yaz kind of had, the only clue she had to go on was the Doctor saying, like, there's going to be this world-ending event, find out when it is.
Yeah.
And it's next week's episode, December 5th.
I've noticed that the dates referenced in the episode have been the dates that the episodes are broadcasted.
Yeah, so the finale of this series is canonically going to take place on December 5th, 2021.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed all the unit. Grand Serpent, Craig Parkinson is amazing.
He's really good.
He's great.
Yeah.
I mean, he should be. He was in Line of Duty.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I watched it with my family, but as soon as he came on, they're like, "It's him from Line of Duty."
That's interesting.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, he played a right bastard in Line of Duty, and he plays a right bastard in Doctor Who as well."
Yeah, I know him from. He was in a sitcom on ITV called Great Night Out, and then he does a podcast as well called Two Shots Podcast, which is fantastic. He's great, and I liked how his character, because I watched it with Harrison, and he was like, "So how come we've never seen him in past Doctor Who?" And then it's revealed that this is all within like a week for him, really. Like he's just flown in and out of time. And
he's interfering.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I'm meddling?
Yeah, I liked that. I liked all the old unit stuff.
And a little reference to the little cameo from the
Brigadier gets a little voice cameo.
And he was in the credits as Nicholas Courtney.
Oh, did they?
They put Brigadier Left Brig Stewart, Nicholas Courtney in the credits.
Oh, that's so good. I missed that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of cool things in the credits, like the fact that
Stephen Moffat, Rusty T. Davies.
Yeah, as the creators of the Ood and the Weeping Angels. Is it the first time that Chibnall, Russell, and Moffat are all in the same?
Russell
credit
was there
sequence?
for Jadoons.
Okay.
I think this is probably the first time all three of them have been there.
That's interesting.
42?
42. Moffat wasn't involved with 42.
No, I'm just trying to think. Dias was on a spaceship.
Oh, wait a minute.
Silurians? There's possibilities.
Pond Life. The short, special Pond Life. But
Ood.
Yeah, there was an Ood in that, and it was written by Chibnall, and it's from the Moffat era.
There you go. Then.
So there we are. Pond Life precedes this as being the first episode where all three showrunners are credited.
I like this episode. I always want to get the things I don't like out of the way with first, because then it means I can have an open run on stuff I do like. But I really liked a lot of it. There wasn't much I didn't really like. Should we talk about the big reveal?
Which one?
The multiverse.
Yes, the multiverse exists, and immediately...
Doctor Who and the Multiverse of Madness.
Rowan Atkinson, was it Richard E. Grant?
Joanna Lumley. Jim Broadbent.
They're all Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
They're all out there.
But they could be.
Yeah.
And I liked that, because as soon as they said it, Harrison, who I was watching it with, went, "Oh, they're doing a multiverse in Doctor Who, that's cool." And then I sort of thought, yeah, they could do the Peter Cushing thing.
Yeah.
That's great.
And there's also the suggestion that the Doctor themselves is from another dimension.
What do you mean by that?
Well, because they say like the place, because Division, the location is in between dimensions.
Yeah.
And Tech-Toon got to that through kind of the wormhole that they found the Doctor underneath.
Yes, I mean...
So there's the possibility the Doctor came through that kind of wormhole and the Doctor themselves is from another dimension.
Yeah, we tried to work it out. So we sort of had the Doctor came from another dimension, was then brought into our dimension.
For whatever reason.
Put on Gallifrey, raised in Gallifrey, and then at a young age was then put in the Division. And then escaped and then we don't really know it's a bit blurry.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to leave the Division and they took their memories when they wanted to leave.
So then you have
and then we have
what
everything we know.
Yeah,
which is interesting because, like, for me, even without getting any flashbacks, which we're obviously getting next week because we see the Watch opening.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like the Chameleon Arch.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of know everything I need to know.
Yeah, it's just how they're going to get out of it,
Yeah.
isn't it, really?
Also, I've just realised we have like chameleon arches within chameleon arches because the Doctor's past is hidden inside that chameleon arch that Tech-Toon had.
Yeah.
But then when we encountered Joe Martin's fugitive Doctor the first time, she was disguised as a human, and there was a chameleon arch that some of her memories were within.
Yeah, that's right,
Chameleon
yeah.
archception. Wait, does that mean that when we just realised, when we first met the fugitive Doctor, was she part of the Division in Series 12? We don't really know.
We don't really know, do
Or was
we?
she on the run? I don't know.
She was hiding, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure. I have to wait and see.
Yeah, I feel like...
We'll be seeing her next week, without a doubt.
Yeah, because we know the broad brushstrokes, but I feel like there's going to be a big, extensive part of next week, which will be Joe Martin heavily featured in flashbacks explaining the Division.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Really well directed. I really did like all that unit stuff. I would like a unit series.
Yeah, I really enjoyed...
When I say unit series, sorry, I don't mean Kate Bishop unit. I mean old school unit.
Ah, okay.
I think you could have some really fun, because you could do it like a load of B movies.
Yeah, I enjoyed the unit stuff more than I expected to, because my only exposure to kind of old school unit really is the Three Doctors, and it didn't interest me that much because I'm not really... I don't think of Doctor Who as an action show.
Yeah.
But that kind of espionage-y, underground type stuff and the corruption within, it was cool.
I was hoping for some cameos from...
Osgood?
No, some classic unit guys.
Right,
So, like, Sergeant Benson would have been cool.
Ah, yeah.
I know, like, you don't... Like, those... Not to be portrayed by the actors now, but, like, you could have just had the back of someone's head. And you could have had the guy's name escapes me, but like the main unit guy who was saying, just turn around and go, just hold on to that Benson or something like that. You don't see their face, but Benson's there. Because there's like a few names get thrown around, and I looked on Tyler's wiki, but they were all made up for this. Yeah.
The fact that the TARDIS was inside unit in the late 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How does that work?
They said it's from Devon, didn't they?
Something like that.
They found it in Devon, which is a training ground, and none of them could get in it. Is that Joe Martin's TARDIS?
I honestly couldn't tell you, because I know...
It's the same prop.
Yeah.
But it's also the same prop the first Doctor uses. I think it's Joe Martin's.
Okay.
Because they don't know who the Doctor is.
Yeah, so maybe next week we'll clarify that.
Yeah.
Because we've not had closure on all that. All that stuff with Unit and the Grand Serpent was running alongside what we've seen, but it didn't link with it. Yeah.
I like the fact the Grand Serpent had a big red telephone. Yeah. Should we talk about Kate?
Yes.
She comes back in flashbacks.
It's 2017. And then I think the last scene of her was present day, I think.
Bit where the house blows up.
Yeah.
I think that was following on from that day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Great. I liked it because in the first Dalek special, they sort of go, Una's been dismantled, Kate Stewart's not working, goodbye. And everybody went, what? You're just going to throw all that away? But now it makes sense.
Yeah. That's cool. And obviously she's going to come back
next week.
Yeah. I enjoyed Kate Stewart more than I expected to.
It's nice. I feel like that character has, I think what originally Barrowman's character, what Captain Jack had, which was the Brigadier was like the classic Who thing. I think New Who was Captain Jack. Like Captain Jack, apart from Matt Smith, kept coming in and was like that familiar face with each Doctor.
Yeah.
But I feel like now that's Kate Stewart. And I quite like that. She's been there for Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, now Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah. I mean, I just realised, I remember when I first saw she was coming back, I was like, oh, that's interesting, bring back a Moffat-era character. But no, she first came back in The Power of Three, which Chibnall wrote.
But I imagine that.
Do you think it's the creation of Moffat?
Yeah. And Osgood gets
a name
drop. Yeah. I don't think we'll be seeing her.
No, I don't think so. I think like they would have shown Osgood.
She's too busy dating Richard Osmond.
Is that what the actor's doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dating each other.
Yeah. What?
I don't know where it's going. Anything else that happened? Anything else?
Tech-Toon. Your kind of prediction at Tech-Toon, or like the woman that we saw, was going to be the Doctor's mother.
Mother.
It's kind of right, because
Yeah.
Tectune kind of is the
As soon as
Doctor's
there was an
mum.
announcement, straight to that video, and I left a comment. So, we bloody told you.
Yeah, that was a good call on your part. Yeah.
Harrison has a cool theory.
Okay.
He thinks that Vinda and Belle could be the Doctor's actual birth parents.
I've heard that.
Because
heard
they're
that.
going on about their unborn child, and
Yeah.
Harrison said it's too much of a coincidence that they're mentioning
But
it.
how would they be able to give birth to a child who can regenerate, who has the power to regenerate? Because we know the regenerative ability
But no,
the Time Lords took from the Doctor.
Yeah, but it's given to the Doctor, though, isn't it? By Tectuin?
No, Tectuin took the regeneration power from the Doctor
Okay.
and gave it to the Time Lords and gave it to the Gallifreyans to make
Well,
the Time
maybe it's
Lords.
to do with the invention of flux, that because Belle and Vinda have been travelling in flux. I don't know.
I don't know.
That'd be cool, though.
Yeah, I don't know how it would work, but if we found out that Vinda and Belle were Doctor's parents, I feel like that would be something that I could get behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Because I like those characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about that episode?
Tectune fucking dies.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Gets Thanos'd away.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she? Oh, how cool was the effect when the snake comes out of the mouth and all the faces go all bobbly?
Oh, yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, fun episode. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it more the second time I watched it.
Oh, you watched it twice?
Well, I watched it go out live and Harrison came over in the evening and we watched it again.
What's the deal with that black and white house?
For next week?
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks good though.
Yeah. Also, I'm still... What
about Dan's girlfriend?
Oh, yeah, because she's in Passenger and Vinda's in Passenger as well now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
how are they going to get out of that one? Yeah.
Black and white house looks good. Christopher Eccleston said he always wanted to do a black and white episode.
Did he?
We spoke about it when we did our very first series.
Did we? That's a while ago.
It is.
We were different people.
So it's the one thing you wish you did.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
The whole thing of the Liverpool mines.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and the fact it's like doorways to different places. I'm guessing that's a flux thing.
Must be, yeah.
Or it's just a supernatural crazy thing.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
What's next week? What's next week's episode called?
Next
Harry?
week, chapter 6 is called The Vanquishers.
What does that mean?
The Vanquishers and the names is what Swarm and
Lady Swarm. It's been 6 weeks. We should have learned this by now.
Isn't Swarm the lady's name?
Swarm is the man.
Okay, and I'll be saying it later on in the episode. But the Vanquishers.
Yeah.
In the final epic chapter in the story of the Flux, all hope is lost. Forces of darkness are in control, but when the monsters have won, who can you count upon to save the universe?
Mr. Bean.
Dun 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 dun. Why did I go to the animated Mr. Bean? The animated
It's
Mr.
better
Bean.
than going. Anyway, yeah.
Is it really bad? When I had my graduation, they had a choir, and they weren't singing that song, but there were parts of the song they were singing that made me think Mr. Bean theme.
We've been watching Mr. Bean. It's good.
Mr. Bean's really funny.
It is.
Yeah.
And so they did a 30th anniversary thing recently.
Oh yeah.
And it was they're talking about doing Old Man Bean.
Okay.
Which I thought was quite
And
good.
did you see it was from a few years ago, that comic relief one-off that Mr. Bean did at a funeral?
Oh yeah, Mr. Bean's funeral. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah.
That was just as good as the old stuff.
Yeah, it's
so
great,
the team still have it in them.
Yeah.
And Rowan Atkinson always puts the work in when he
does.
plays Bean.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. So
Next week, some Tyrants are back. The Cybermen are back. The Daleks are back.
I don't
Fate's
think
back.
the Daleks are going to feature that heavily.
No, but they're in it.
Yeah, we got Dalek ships.
Sontarans, Daleks, Cybermen, Carvanista.
Chameleon Arch giving us a new title sequence.
Yeah, the Doctor's back. Yaz is back. Dan's back. Jericho.
Can I say one thing? Are you a little disappointed by the fact that the TARDIS team of the Doctor, Yaz and Dan haven't really been together as a unit a ton this series?
They haven't.
They
but
keep getting
I haven't really
separated.
thought about it. I suppose I'm only disappointed by it because the fact you've now mentioned it. I think that would have been cool to see. Yeah. But then the fact that the stories have been so good, it's...
the story doesn't really need the total TARDIS team, but I kind of wish we could have got maybe some sort of proper full episode with the three of them together as
I was-
a unit.
yeah, I was-
Because I really liked them in the first chapter.
Because I was like, oh, cool, like a big finish thing. That'll be fun. I was like, there is no room. These are like 6 back-to-back stories. It's not like they went off and had a mini adventure at some point.
Yeah, there's no room for it.
No, we'll have to see how this episode ends and how the
Well,
New Year's special comes.
my
But we'll
understanding
get
is
to
that
We'll
Dan
get to
will
that.
go.
We'll get to that.
Okay, we'll see. So, back to non-Flux news for a little bit. Another second Doctor story is being animated.
Looks a lot better.
Yeah, I think the animation on these stories is getting better and better.
They've poo-pooed that terrible motion capture stuff that they did.
The motion capture worked in some places and didn't in others for me.
Yeah, it really didn't work. But all in all, it was god awful.
But I think this and the Dark story did before this one.
Yeah, they're good, yeah.
Yeah, I like the style they're going on with now.
What's this story called, Harry?
The Abominable Snowmen.
Yeah, men or man?
Men.
Ooh.
Plural. It's a 6-part story based on audio recordings of the original episodes. Most of the 6-part
Why
adventure.
are they finding the audio but not the visuals?
I honestly do not know how they have the audio but not the visuals.
Yeah.
Is it something to do with because I just thought it was like an archival problem.
I sometimes wonder if my parents have got it. You just wonder, like, there's missing episodes, like, it could be in my grandma's loft.
But did your grandma record TV?
I don't know. But you know what I mean? You just think, oh, we could have those.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was a thing of, back in the day, in like the 60s, there was no way we didn't have like videotapes that we could record TV with, whereas we did have means of recording audio.
That's true, yeah.
So I guess that's why the audio is easier to archive, whereas you need...
Sat there with a gramophone next to it, cranking it up.
Yeah. Well,
His master's voice.
But then, to get the actual video footage, you need those tapes and those reels.
Oh, well.
And those are much harder to come by.
It sucks as well, because we've always said that we quite like Patrick Trout. It's like our favourite classic at the moment, I think.
Yeah, of what I've seen, I really like Troughton's Doctor.
But it's a shame most of his episodes aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
It's weird that he's not around, but William Hartnell's are.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, I don't know, maybe there were more reruns of Hartnell's Doctor.
They didn't really do reruns until Peter Davison time.
Do they not?
No.
That is interesting. I mean, maybe it's just because early on they cared more about archiving the show.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't sure about the longevity of it during Troughton's run, maybe.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't say.
Have you got any quotes from anybody exciting that we can discuss?
Russell Milton, the executive producer of The Abominable Snowmen, said, "We're delighted to announce Doctor Who, The Abominable Snowmen, something Doctor Who fans have been waiting patiently for over the years. We're grateful for the surviving audio-only recordings, which we are very lucky to have courtesy of several Doctor Who fans, which have allowed us to create another exciting and action-packed chapter in the Doctor's story."
Cool.
The grammar on that was weird.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he just said that had been typed up as a press conference.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Should we move on from this? I'm all out of stuff to say about that.
Around the World in 80 Days. The David Tennant's thing coming up
This
is...
looks good. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, we're literally talking about this because David Tennant...
What up, computer geeks? It's Tim here, and I'm currently sat in the tech hub of Bigger on the Inside. The guys and gals who work down here want me to tell you how you can contact the show anytime. You can do it by Instagram and Twitter. Just follow us by searching for @BiggerOnThePod. If that's not good enough for you, how about sending us an email? BiggerOnTheInsidePod@gmail.com.
Sorry, yeah, go on.
He was only in like one episode or
Wasn't
something.
in much.
Yeah.
Already forgotten about him.
Yeah, but basically, this is a part of a bigger tweet about the BBC announcing its Christmas special.
So Christmas
schedule.
I gave you gifts. You still yet to give me my gift.
I'm on it. I'll get on it. We've got Sarah Phelps' A Very British Scandal.
Boring.
We've got Around the World in 80 Days starring David Tennant.
Hooray!
The Tourist starring Jamie Dornan.
Nope.
Doctor Who has a New Year's Day special.
Hooray!
We've got 2 new David Attenborough films.
Ooh.
And we've got Michael McIntyre's Xmas Reel.
Why have you said it like that?
I've always said Michael McIntyre.
Michael McIntyre's Christmas Wheel.
Do you think...
Keep scrolling on that tweet.
Oh, is there more?
There's a thread.
There are also 2 Mrs. Brown's boys.
No! No! Why?
The Girl Before. M.R. James's The Mezzotint. New Shaun the Sheep,
Yay!
Christmas Top Gear,
Yeah!
Strictly,
Yeah.
The Wall.
Ugh.
What's The Wall?
It's that Danny Dyer thing.
Oh, Gone Fishing,
Yeah!
MasterChef, and The Weakest Link returns with Ramesh Ranganathan. I hope that in the penultimate episode of Russell's new series,
His robot Ramesh Ranganathan.
Yeah.
That would be so funny.
Robo Ramesh.
Robo Ramesh. Some good stuff there.
Yeah.
It's a shame Mrs. Brown's voice has to come and shit all over it.
There's more.
Oh, is there?
Ghosts is back for the Christmas special.
Hooray!
We've got Repair Shop, 2 Sewing Bees, 2 Doors Down,
No idea what that is.
BBC Two retrospectives on Madonna, Lady Gaga, and Adele.
Merry Christmas.
Jonathan Van Tam is doing the Royal Institution Christmas lecture this year.
No idea what that is.
It's a clearly a lecture at Christmas.
Okay.
And we've got a comic relief pantomime.
That sounds interesting. I'm quite looking forward to that.
I wonder who's in that.
Probably some comedians.
Yeah. That's a pretty packed Christmas schedule.
John Fisher's back. I like that.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Random Other Day today? Are you excited for that?
I've really not been following it that
Good that it's
closely.
going to be on the BBC.
Is it a BBC production or they've just
No,
got...
they've just bought it.
Right.
Like they've done with Superman and Lois.
Yes, I saw that they've got Superman and Lois.
For some reason, on at 5:30 on a Saturday.
That seems like just a very... I don't know
Rubbish
why.
time.
Well, just Superman and Lois doesn't strike me as the type of show that the BBC would
I've noticed
get.
they're buying more external programs like What We Do in the Shadows.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's so they can put it on iPlayer.
Right, and kind of sell iPlayer as like a free streaming service.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a big competition between like the free streaming services of iPlayer and All4
An ITV Hub.
Hub? Yeah.
I think it goes Channel 4, BBC, ITV
Yeah,
Hub.
Channel 4 is definitely on the...
great.
Yeah, there's so many like great British comedies. There's It's a Sin. There's
That great British comedy.
That's why I didn't group it with the British comedies.
You went, there's so many great British comedies. It's a Sin. Stafflet's Flats.
Stafford's Flats is very good.
I haven't watched any of it yet.
Have you not?
Been
Oh.
rewatching Peep Show again.
Oh, you made me hopeful that you were watching Stafflet's Flats.
It's on my watch list though.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I have a long watch list. Peep Show's on my watch list.
Cool. I hope you enjoy it.
I mean, I'm not. Doesn't mean I'm going to watch it.
No turkey. You forgot the turkey, Jeremy. You total fucking idiot.
This is our quote from Peep Show.
Yeah, it's quite late on. So
Would I be laughing at that if I watched
It's
Peep Show?
like my favourite bit.
Okay. I'm glad this is how I found out
What's
about
the
it.
story in Balamory? Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
We never did that Al Balamory podcast.
we had an idea that
I
one.
think we said it on the show, but we've got some
Yeah.
more listeners.
We had an idea way back when that one day, as an April Fool's joke, instead of doing a Doctor Who podcast, we would do a different podcast called Wouldn't You Like to Know, the Balamory podcast. And we just pick a random episode of Balamory and talk about it like we talk about the show in the watch along.
I think we should still do that.
We should still do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Wouldn't you like to know? There's something about just that phrasing.
It's
It's
like
a
it's
kid's
like when
show.
we came up with that stupid idea that
Which one?
The Mr. Ben one, where the shopkeeper always walks in Mr. Ben with his trousers down. Whenever Mr. Ben's getting changed into his fancy dress, the shopkeeper just walks in and he goes, Mr. Ben. He's so stupid.
Tim unironically wants to reboot Mr. Ben.
I do. I keep thinking about it. I'd really like to do it. I'm not going to say any more because I feel like the idea I've actually got is really good.
Yeah.
I feel like who I would cast is fantastic. And I feel I could actually do it. I just don't. I just haven't wrote it.
Once you write it, are you going to hit up the creator of Mr. Ben?
Yeah, that's my intention. He's also the creator of Nelly the Elephant.
Oh. I don't have any connection to Nelly the
No, I
Elephant.
don't either.
Oh.
But I do with Mr. Ben.
Yeah, Mr. Ben's great.
He is.
David Tennant talks about the 14th Doctor.
But it hasn't been cast yet, Harry.
That's why he's been talked to about it.
Oh, what's he said?
It's a very long interview that mostly isn't about Doctor Who. By the end, they say, finally, I have to ask a Doctor Who question. The search is on for the next Doctor. What's your pick? To which David Tennant said, sounding distinctly not like me.
Doctor what?
What?
Doctor what?
Doctor Who?
He forgot. He was like, yeah.
Oh, it was that show I did.
Go on, carry on.
Anyway, he said, well, it's a big decision to make, isn't it? I'm glad I'm not making the decision. It's a part that can sort of go anywhere, and yet you just know when that casting is right. It's very hard to pluck someone out and drop them in it, so I'm glad I don't have to decide. Was that a good dodge to your question?
Lydia West.
But the thing is, why would David feel compelled to dodge the question unless he knows the answer?
I don't think he does. I don't think it's honest. I honestly don't think it's been cast yet.
No.
I think there's probably a short list.
I think every day Russell goes home and ponders his orb. He's like, who could it be, orb? And the orb doesn't respond.
Like an 8-ball.
Like an 8-ball. Should I cast Lydia West? And he gives like a really vague answer.
It looks promising.
That's not enough for
Lydia West. I know you were championing Ollie Alexander.
I still am.
But he was on Strictly. Did you notice that they did Doctor Who? And then there was like a sci-fi dance on Strictly.
And then
Ollie came on and did a song.
Yeah, I did notice.
I think that ship's sailed now.
I
don't see it.
And I didn't think... I think Ollie's kind of too big for Doctor Who.
I think if Chibnall was staying, Ollie would have had a better chance and we would have known about it by now. But because it's so far ahead, pardon me, that casting won't be until about January, February time. February, March time next year.
Was Ollie at an audience with Adele?
No.
Was he not?
Don't think so.
I know David Tennant was, but I can't remember if Ollie was or not.
But so was Samuel L. Jackson.
Is Samuel L. Jackson the 14th Doctor?
Oh, Jonathan Ross.
Or Alan Carr?
I'd like to see that.
I would quite enjoy Alan Carr as the 14th Doctor.
That'd be great.
He'd just be like, the TARDIS console would open up to like a wine bar.
Chatty Man was great.
I really like Chatty Man.
I really like the Jonathan Ross show.
The Jonathan Ross show I can take or leave. It's a very standard.
I like
show.
it because a lot of times I forget that they're on there to plug something. On the Graham Norton show, I always know they're on there to plug a movie or something. But with like the thing, like I watched this weekend, they had Jeremy Clarkson on and Stephen Merchant. And Jeremy talks about his book for a bit, and then he's on for the rest of the show, and they just have banter.
Yeah, but they do that on Graham Norton, and they're all on from the start.
Yeah, I know. I just don't really. I don't know.
I really like Graham Norton.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do about it? Eh?
I don't know. I don't know what to say to that.
What's next, boy?
Well, you've told us as Jodie talking about her last day, but really it's more her talking about working with John Bishop and also. Yeah. And also talking about grieving. There's this whole phrase in it about grieving, but I think it's been taken a little out of context in the title because it's more about her grieving the departure of Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole after Revelation.
Well, let's
Daleks.
scrap all of that and talk about something I want to talk about.
Oh, are we not going to talk about this news article at all then?
Nah, I can't be bothered.
Okay, what are we going to talk about, Tim?
When Jodie was on The Last Leg recently, she spoke about her regeneration scene.
Oh.
And she said, like, you can actually see her crying.
Really?
In the actual you can see, like, her bottom lip going. And
for
stuff.
reals?
Yeah, reals, man. I sent you the clip, remember? You watched it.
No, I didn't. That's insane, though, because, like, not even the 10th Doctor was crying.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, like, they chose...
He's a man and men don't cry, that's why.
I mean, there was a take where he was crying.
Yeah, but he was acting. Jodie Whittaker was actually crying because she's a girl. I'm being ironic, by the way.
I can tell.
No, I'm telling the listeners.
Okay,
I see my body language.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to hope your heavily sarcastic tone was enough, but he was also arms crossed and swiveling back and forth on his chair.
You'd be surprised with some of the comments.
Really?
Yeah.
Do people not detect?
Peter Capaldi, he was pushed out of Doctor Who. What? He was forced out of the role by Chibnall for his woke era. What? And look how that turned out.
Is that an actual comment?
That's like been every other comment for the last 2 weeks.
On the Capaldi video?
Yeah.
But Capaldi... I feel like Capaldi wouldn't have stayed with Should
He
not.
said he didn't want to do it anymore. He said it was a television factory and he was tired.
Yeah, Capaldi kind of chose to leave.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong in saying that, am I?
Don't think so.
No. Anyway, we've got some...
Yeah, you are right. He was pushed out by the BBC and their woke agendas. The next Doctor's going to be in a wheel. Imagine that, in a wheelchair. Imagine it.
I think that could be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
Anyway, Doctor Who will return with a New Year's Day special.
Boo! Yeah, sorry.
Is this our first...
Is this our first? What happened with your voice there, Harry?
Did something go wrong with it?
Is this our first time talking about
Is this our first time talking about how's this the first time?
Did you see the trailer for Street Gang?
What Street Gang?
It's a HBO Max documentary about Sesame Street.
No, that sounds really cool.
It looks really good.
I would actually unironically love watching that.
Yeah, cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
carry on with your job.
Anyway, there's nothing really new in this article other than it's just
But it's
kind of-
new because we haven't spoken about it yet.
but it's just all information we've already spoken about.
Well, let's speak about it now.
Okay. The 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, in case you don't know, and friends will kickstart 2022 with an action-packed, spectacular episode set to air on BBC One on New Year's Day. The festive special will feature guest stars Aileen B, Adjani Salmon, and Pauline McLean. Sarah owns and runs Elf Storage, and Nick is a customer who visits his unit every year on New Year's Eve. This year, however, their night turns out to be a little different than planned.
John Bishop's in this.
Is she? Is he?
She is.
How do we know John Bishop's in it?
It was in another thing where they said he was going to be in it.
Okay, interesting. The thing I find really interesting is the promo of this. Cause
I was going to say, you think you've got a title for this episode?
Yes, because when it was released on Instagram, there was this the whole image of like the TARDIS cracking with the red stuff coming out of it, and then also there was something in the font that made it look like
Where it said 22.
Yes, but like there was an infinity around the two twos.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that the title.
That's 4.
So I have some kind. I feel like because they linked the two twos around to make it look like an infinity, I have this feeling that the title or something to do with the episode will be something to do with infinity.
Infinity Quest. They're bringing it back.
What's Infinity
It was
Quest?
the animated David Tennant thing from ages ago. On the red button on BBC iPlayer. Doctor Who the Infinity Quest.
Oh, I never saw that.
I think I did a video on it.
Yeah, you did.
They did 2. They did one with Martha and one without, and I can't remember which one was which.
I think you did the one without Martha.
And I know, but I can't remember what the title of that episode was.
I don't think it was Infinity Quest.
You think you know it all, you kids. You're all coming up here acting like you know it all. You're treating me like a schmuck.
For context, Tim is very tired today.
About 2 hours sleep.
He gets crazy when he hasn't had his sleep.
I'm gonna kill a load of people. Dreamland was the one I did. And then Infinity Quest is the one I haven't done yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just got a Snapchat here from my friend Thomas. I bet it says that we go to the gym tonight. Gym 7:30. No. No, sorry. I have rehearsals for a thingy I've wrote with a full cast and I can't miss it.
I'm in the cast.
I'll be there Wednesday.
I'll be there.
Oh, sorry, yeah. The biggest part of the episode, Doctor Who New Year's special.
Yes.
No Daleks.
That we
Maybe.
know of. Probably.
Because we thought Davros was going to be
There
hanging
could be Daleks. The Daleks are going to ruin Christmas.
around.
We are here to take your festive cheer.
Go on. Do a few more.
Ho, ho, ho. More like no, no, no celebrations.
What would Davros say?
Doctor, I am going to take away Christmas for all of humanity.
Detonate the
The
Christmas
infinity Christmas bomb.
I wonder what my neighbours think. There's only someone just above us. That's be like, oh, so that fucking weirdo around again.
Why am I the weirdo?
You're the one shouting Dalek quotes.
Those aren't real Dalek quotes, Tim. No one said that.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah.
It's good that it seems to be I think it's going to be continuing the story of Flux, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be some repercussions?
I don't know. It depends what crazy stuff goes down at the end of Flux.
Any other Doctor Who news?
No.
Shall we go into what we're doing this week? Because there's no watch along this week.
Yeah.
Go on then.
How do I do it?
We're ranking the specials.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try and segue
We're
into
doing
that.
it. We're ranking all the specials.
All 5 of them. It's going to be a wild ride.
We're going to do it in about 20 minutes.
Because that...
That's all we can handle.
I'd be surprised if we can push it to 20 minutes.
So here we go. Let's start the show.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut it up!
Humans are better in one respect. You are better at subscribing. Seek, locate, subscribe.
What's the point in having you all?
Okay, cool. No, shut up! That bit.
Yep, that bit. Hello, Harry. Welcome to the next bit of the show where we're ranking the specials of Doctor Who 2009 to January the 1st, 2010.
Yes. Cool.
You excited for this?
I'm so
Are
excited.
you pumped?
Yeah.
All 5 specials.
We'll probably have very similar rankings.
Should we start with what we think sucks the most?
Planet of the Dead?
Yeah. It blew. It wasn't very good, and it's written by Gareth Roberts. Any other reasons for it to be so low? Oh yeah, there's a fucking flying bus in it. And then a bad guy gets away at the end because the Doctor lets him go because she's a sexy lady. Bollocks.
Tim, you really didn't like this episode,
Did not like this episode. And when we do the thing, we pretend we like it, we try and be positive, and we're like, hey, it was fun. She was an interesting character idea, but it wasn't that well developed. It was rubbish.
Okay, well that was a very strongly worded summation of Planet of the Dead from Tim.
I hated Lady Christina. She's so rubbish to watch.
Lady Christina for me didn't really connect, and I don't know if maybe just that type of character doesn't really fit within the world of Doctor Who, which is weird to say because Doctor Who is such a diverse world.
I hate characters who are more Doctor-y than the Doctor.
As in who out-Doctor the Doctor?
Yeah, I hate it.
But do you not like River Song then?
I do, but that's only because she's a bit fun. And this is just a lady.
Yeah.
And there's loads of ladies. Trust me, I know.
What does that mean, Tim?
But do you know what I mean? Like, River Song's interesting. She's the Doctor's wife. Of course she's going to be Doctor-y. This is a woman who tried to steal a thing and then met a moth, and then the moths die, and then she flies a bus through a tunnel, and she should have gone to prison because she's a thief.
I don't. You can't do Big Finish specials about Lady Christina in prison.
Oh well. Harry, what did you think of Planet of the Dead? Which is what I'll tell you what, I felt like I was on Planet of the Dead watching this episode.
Yikes.
Ugh.
I mean, it wasn't my favourite episode, no. There are qualities I like. I like the kind of ensemble on the bus with
Oh yeah, they were good, yeah.
Yeah, with the exception... David Tennant is fun as always. When
he gets a bloody word in edgeways, all the women in there talking over him. Bloody hell.
You're not all there, are you, Tim?
It's going to be a long couple of episodes.
Tim wasn't looking forward to the ranking at all.
I'm trying to blitz through this.
I feel like kind of the main contention for me is really Lady Christina and the fact that I don't really feel it for me, and I feel like it doesn't help that the dialogue is so insistent that they're a perfect team instead of just showing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Should we go on to the next one?
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Is it the next Doctor?
It's the next Doctor.
It's the next Doctor.
It's fun, but it's not the best Christmas one. I don't like the giant Cyberman. David Morrissey is great.
Yeah, I really like David Morrissey.
I don't like the fact that he's like, oh yeah, I have a son at the end, and he doesn't save it. The actual Doctor saves his son.
Well, because it's a Christmas special and it has to be big and swashbuckling and adventurous.
That's true. I feel like the thing of having the character of Jackson Lake was enough to stand alone the story on its own. You didn't need the Cybermen.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather have been a different threat?
I don't think you needed a threat. I think just that unanswered question of who is this guy is interesting enough.
But Doctor Who always needs something to be saved or defeated.
His boy at the end.
Okay. Yeah, but there always has to be, what will you be saving him from?
You could just have like some evil Victorian warehouse man,
So a non-alien threat?
Yeah, just like a normal bloke who's got kids working in a warehouse.
Okay, but then how did Jackson Lake lose his memories if there wasn't sci-fi stuff?
How did he lose them in the show?
In the show, it's because of like the thing, the container thing. But I'm saying like he was running from the Cybermen and he used to have to fight them off. Like if there isn't like a alien.
Oh well, you could have
threat,
had them, but then you didn't actually have to have the Cybermen in the rest of the episode.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess.
What did you like about the episode?
David Morrissey is one of the key things. He's a really great addition to the cast. He works really well with David Tennant. It's, like you said, it's a fun Christmas special.
It's very swashbuckling.
Yeah, swashbuckling. You got like swinging front ropes and burning and stuff burning.
I went to the pub just the other day when I was there. Oh, hoity, 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 hoity.
What was that?
That's the Irish hoedown they sing on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, I don't watch Whose Line Is It Anyway.
You should, it's really good.
Okay.
Me and my dad watch it when we have our tea.
I'll get on that.
It's on Dave.
Ooh.
Go on.
I do like Dave.
It's
Morrissey.
Oh.
They're both called David. I just realised that.
So, Harry, cool. You like the episode?
Yeah, I like the episode. It's not my favourite. I think of the Russell era Christmas specials, it's probably my least favourite.
Yeah.
But that's more talking of the quality of the first three, as opposed to this one being lacking in anything.
What's next on our list?
For me, it's the End of Time Part 1.
Oh, this is where our lists get a little bit different.
This is the only bit where our lists get a little bit different.
Because I've got the Waters of Mars.
Okay. Do you want to go first on the Waters of Mars?
Waters of Mars, because I feel like Part 1... I couldn't really separate it from Part 2.
Okay.
So, let's just both talk about...
The Wars of Mars?
Wars of Mars.
Because Wars of Mars is my number 2, and then we'll go into End of Time.
Yeah, okay. You really like Wars of Mars?
I really like Wars of Mars. I remember when we first watched it, I was like, this should have been Tennant's last episode, because it concludes the Time Lord Victorious thing.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted on that, because I really like the sentimentality in the End of Time, and I'll get to that later. I feel like this is a great culmination of that Time Lord Victorious arc, which was kind of brewing under the surface from Voyage of the Damned up to this point. And I think it was really cool to see it through and to see the Doctor push to that. This is probably the darkest place David Tennant's Doctor is pushed to, and to see that and realization of him going too far, I think is great.
Yeah, I like it because he goes all scary. And you're like,
it's recognisably like the 10th Doctor, but the 10th Doctor like brought up to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if he was the master. I was thinking the other day that we could have Big Finish did like alternate Doctor Who stuff where you could get David Tennant and Johnson back, but they play each other's roles.
Okay.
So how would David Tennant play the Master and how would Johnson play the Doctor?
That's interesting. Johnson could play a good Doctor.
He would, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Waters of Mars. I felt, but I just don't like the traps on the spaceship stuff.
Yeah, you don't like the whole base under siege.
No. So that's why it's lower than the rest.
Okay. I'll talk
as low as the poo ones.
Poo ones? Oh no, I thought you meant episodes literally containing poo.
I'm sure there's some sort of feces in the next Doctor. It's like that was sort of the time when they just threw buckets of shit out the window, wasn't it?
When did they do that?
Like in Victorian London, they used to go.
Oh, right.
That's like how the plague started and stuff, wasn't it?
Oh. What if the adipose, instead of being fat, was poo? And they climb out the toilet.
Living shit crawling out of people's arseholes. Just like someone on the floor clutching their stomach going, ah!
Oh, no, that's on the toilet.
The belt slowly ruffles, and out the top of their trousers goes a walking turd.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have had such a cute factor to it.
I mean,
I can't see kids with plushies of adipose.
I mean, I always...
It's a scratch and sniff.
As a kid, I never found the adipose, like... Well, I got that they were cute, but it was like, should these be cute? Because these are made of like the fat of humans who are now dead.
Yeah.
I feel weird.
It's cuter than human shit.
Yeah, but I always felt weird looking at the. I always felt weird looking at the adipose and thinking I meant to think.
It's their little voice, isn't it?
But like I had reservations ever thinking they were going fully on.
Confused adipose.
Hey, that's a reference to... Who's that a reference to?
The Confused Adipose.
Who is the Confused Adipose again?
He's like one of the biggest Doctor Who YouTubers.
Like we
up there
said...
with Greasy Spoon.
Like we said, we don't watch Doctor Who YouTube.
I watch his sometimes because he's quite good.
Is he? What does he do?
Him and William Who, they're quite good.
Oh, I've heard of William Who.
Cool beans. Should we talk about the End of Time Part 1 and 2?
Yes. Part 1, I did distinctly put below, just because for me, there's some great moments in there, especially scenes with Wilf. But for me, it's a lot of setup, and it doesn't really get going until part 2 for me.
That's with a lot of these 2 parts, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really?
but I felt it a little bit with part 1.
And also, I feel like part 2 has that nostalgia feel to it in how big and grand it was in the scheme of everything.
Yeah, and just that feeling of like everything's for the last time, and they treat it like that. Like it's the last Alonzi, they treat it like that.
Yeah, I like
stuff
that.
like
All that stuff. It's so great. There's nothing I really don't like. There's some really great alien characters. The supporting characters are great. I think when we watched it, I always forget about the fact how long that goodbye sequence is.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'd completely forgotten.
Mm.
So because you always think the end of time is like the regeneration scene, but that regeneration scene is only like 3 minutes.
Mm.
But the actual ending, the bit where you see Sarah, Martha, Mickey, Jack, Rose, Jessica Hines' granddaughter.
Yeah.
Sees all those people. It's good stuff.
It is, yeah.
We whizzed through that.
Wow. How long did that take us?
About 10 minutes.
It felt like possibly less.
I'll be honest, guys. I don't like doing the rankings.
But we do it.
I think this should be the last one.
Do you not want to do a Series 5 ranking?
No, because by the time we get to the rankings, I've forgotten why I liked and disliked certain episodes. Because I rank them as we go along.
Right.
Because I know I forget. But then a lot of Doctor Who episodes are really good.
Yeah.
Apart from the Planet of the Dead. A lot of them are really good. So it's like the worst episode, the lowest episode on the list is better than most of the episodes of a TV show.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of defending a brilliant TV show for not being as brilliant as other ones.
Yeah, literally, I think most of the time when I go to the bottom of the list episodes, is always, it's good, it's just
Maybe
not...
we should do like top 5s.
Yeah, I think that'd be more fun,
Yeah.
a top 5, because that's like a more celebratory.
Yeah, rather than all 13.
And that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
We're all about celebrating who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting in the top 5s.
Yeah, I like that. I think we should do top 5s.
Cool, we'll do that next time.
Yeah, especially for Series 5.
What do you want to recommend, Harry?
Ooh, what do I want to recommend? There was a really great documentary on this weekend. Freddie Mercury, The Final Act. Tim, why are you covering your face?
I'm trying to think of something I want to recommend.
Oh, well, I'll talk about Freddie Mercury, The Final Act. It's really great. It's documenting the kind of... The crux of it is the last few years of Freddie's life alongside the Freddie Mercury tribute concert that Queen did, and behind the scenes on that. A lot of new exclusive interviews, you know, obviously Brian May and Roger Taylor, as well as a lot of the acts who were at the concert, the Freddie tribute. But also alongside that, they've kind of got the narrative running of the AIDS epidemic in the 80s and interviewing people who experienced that, medical experts, and it's just kind of getting a real reframing the end of Freddie's life within that context. And it's just a really cool, effective way of doing it, and kind of makes you think about his life in a way that I kind of hadn't fully done before. So it's just a really cool special. Obviously, you know, I love Queen. I adore Freddie Mercury. And I think anyone who's a fan of Queen will get something out of this. And even anyone who's not a fan, I mean, I don't know if there's anyone who actively dislikes Queen's music. I don't know. Do you know anyone who actively dislikes Queen's music, Tim?
No, actually. I was trying to think then of like a funny answer. I can't think of anything.
Yeah. Actually, no, once I found a video by a guy who was like, Queen sucks!
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that was just a guy on YouTube.
Was he American?
I want to say yes, they might have actually been British. Like, oh, Queen sucks, mate!
Oh, really?
But I don't know.
Have you heard about that pub where everybody's snowed in and there's a load of people? It's like in the middle of the Yorkshire Dales and there's 50 people snowed in and some of them are part of an Oasis tribute band.
Right now?
Yeah.
Really?
I think they've probably got out today, but you know, like we had that bad weather.
Yeah.
They all got snowed in the pub.
How many times do you think they played Wonderwall?
Enough, more than twice is enough. What am I gonna recommend? I'm really trying to think. I've got an answer, but I feel I've said it before, so I'm desperately trying to rattle my brains for something. Nope, I'm going to recommend, probably for the fourth time, Podcast Secrets of the Pharaohs.
I don't think you've mentioned this before.
It's
What
the
is
Peep
this?
Show podcast.
Oh, okay.
Really good, by two guys who like the Peep Show, and basically it was quite a big inspiration to some of the stuff that we've done on this show with the quiz and the guests. So if you like British comedy, go and check it out. They talked to David Mitchell, Robert Webb, Robert Popper, Jesse Armstrong, I think.
Okay.
Sam Baines has been on
I
there.
didn't realise Robert Popper was involved with Peep Show.
Yeah, he produced series 3 and 4.
Ah,
And
cool.
obviously they talk about Friday Night Dinner and his involvement with South Park as well.
Robert Popper worked on South
Well,
Park?
it's just like a producer on 2 seasons of South Park.
Wow.
It's a really cool story. Izzy Sussy, they speak to her. Who else do they speak to? And loads of cast from Peep Show. It's really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That must have been something else. Must have been something else. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Hey ho, here we are. I watched episode of Sopranos this week, episode 1, series 1.
I also have another mate who started watching Sopranos.
Well,
Is
it's
it any
because we had
good?
to watch it at uni.
Oh.
It was okay.
I've heard the first episode isn't the strongest.
The first 20 minutes were fun.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
I've heard that Sopranos is a show that, especially the acting, gets way, way better as you go on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, apparently, I heard that kind of in the first episode, the actors haven't quite found their feet with the characters, and then kind of like from the second or third episode onwards, they're just totally owning it.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Should we wrap this one up?
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, notifications.
Everyone knows how to do those things.
You know what to do. Make us win awards. That's what we're here for.
Will there be a link or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to find a link. It'll be like our featured comment or in the description or something, I'm sure. Tim's good at that.
I'm the best.
He's the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Make sure you subscribe to the official Bigger on the Inside podcast.